Manx Radio's 1 to 3, tended by Ramsey Garden Centre.
Well, it's interesting that you say about the Blue Monday, isn't it? And I think it's a narrative that has got people's heads that because we do feel a little bit down, then we think about, well, is Blue Monday real? So I must be down. But it's about what we choose to focus on, what we choose to look at. And we can bring this colour into our lives by bringing little splashes and dabbles of colour, or it's about the actions that we take. Look, it's not about being happy all the time. That's not possible. But it is about the actions that we take and who we and what we surround ourselves with that can bring us that little bit of joy.
Because actually, when you mention colour and things you surround yourself with, that's sort of an instant hit of joy, really, isn't it? Because you look at something and instantly it affects you.
Yeah, and this comes from nature and it's cultural as well. So in nature, you've got colours like reds, which are on berries or blood, which signify danger. You might have colours like pinks, which are excitement and joy, or yellows from the sun, which are, bright and happy. So these colours are in part in our unconscious, and if we wear a bright colour, like I'm wearing a bright yellow top today, it can have an impact on the way we feel, but also the way other people treat us. And so those two things combined have an impact on our happiness and our well-being.
So in what way, when you say in the way people treat us, how do we interact with regards to these colours?
Well, if someone's wearing a bright colour, what unconsciously they're saying is I'm extrovert or speak to me, and so people will treat you differently even unconsciously, and it's a good one to think about if you're going for an interview as well. If you're wearing a red colour, there's a boldness there, probably signifies that you're very, very confident. So those little tiny things can give a message to other people, and then unconsciously they might treat you differently as well.
And I guess as well, like if you are feeling down, because it's a tough time at the minute, not least, January itself is kind of a tough month to get through. We all know that. But people have so many different challenges at the moment to deal with, don't they? And I guess if you can do these little things that are going to brighten your day, it sort of makes sense. So the fact that if you are feeling down, you could put a bright colour on and that will bring you joy as much as the next person opposite you. Seems like a kind of no-brainer, doesn't it?
Yeah, and this is on the back of research by Renault 5 that have launched these beautiful new cars which are bright yellow and bright green, and it's worth even going to have a look at them because looking at colours, it even brightens our mood. And so what it talks about is still, our top colour is grey, but actually we're starting to see these new bright colours coming through and trends coming through for brighter colours, not just in cars, but in the home as well. So maybe we're all looking for that little bit of cheer to help us to feel a little bit better, not just in January, but ongoing as well.
You definitely see it with regards to interiors of homes, don't you? If you watch any of the interior, I mean, we had a lass from the Isle of Man who won one of the interior design programmes, and it was all about colour, and kind of massively bright colours and clashing colours. And I mean, I think as Brits, we've come quite a long way, haven't we?
Yeah, do you remember when we did that thing where we painted our home? There was an off-white colour that was real on trend.
Magnolia.
Magnolia, yeah. Magnolia was everywhere, wasn't it? You walked into people's houses and it's like and then you had 12 different versions of Magnolia. But we are starting to come further. And you walk into people's houses now and you will see one colour on one of their walls. I mean, in my kitchen I've got green, in my lounge I've got pink as a colour, and so we're starting to see that being dripped through in our wardrobes, in our home decor, and we can have it in our offices as well. We can just bring that little splash of colour in.
And I think as well, I remember a few years back, Beth, who we both know, we used to do a show together, and we did an interview with someone who was a colour expert, and she would actually look at you and sort of get to know you and would tell you what your colour palette should be based on who you are. So I'm guessing there's that thing as well of, as individuals, there's maybe different colours that we lean towards or that are better for us.
Yeah, there will be. And it's also to do with your own tone, in your skin tone and your hair colour. So there will be different colours that brighten your look as well. And these colour experts are really worth looking into. And there's loads more research on this as well on renault.co.uk, where they're talking about what colours represent different things and why we should use those colours at certain times, what Brits think about certain colours. So it's worth having a little look into. And it can affect our psyche. So why not do something? It's that thing of taking action, isn't it? Inaction is the thing that probably causes us to be stuck and not feel confident. But if we substitute happiness or confidence with the word action, it's about doing these little subtle things that change the way we feel. It's not about being happy all the time, because that's not possible. Sadness, frustration, anger are all important emotions, but it's about choosing what's right for you in the moment to help you move forward.
And is it simply a case of just sort of reframing, or is an element of kind of repetition as well, into sort of becoming habit, I suppose?
Yeah, little tiny habits that have an impact on your life. So we build them in every single day, and they not only ground us, but they make us feel a little bit different. They also normalise things as well. If you think about lockdown, one of the things that I would personally do in lockdown is every single day I'd go for a certain walk around the little village that I live in, because I knew that I could say good morning to people. So I didn't necessarily have, my work commute, but I did have those things where it would make me feel normal, because it was a habit that I was building in a very unnormal part of our lives.
Okay, what then? Leave us with a super quick fix if someone's really struggling at the minute and they're having a real downtime. What is a quick fix? What's the quickest thing they can do to sort of lift their spirits a bit and maybe take their mind off whatever it is that's bothering them?
Chat to a friend and look for things that make you laugh. Really important. It gives you that natural boost of serotonin and endorphins. And we can look at cats doing silly dances on videos all day and get that hit.
It's always animals, isn't it? Always animals.
Always,
I love
always.
it. So animals and colour, and that'll make our lives much better.
It's the only way forward.
I love it. Where do we go to find out more information about all this stuff?
Lovely. Go to renault.co.uk and you can see all that research. You can also go to laughology.co.uk and find out more about little top tips around happiness as well.